And we're live. It is Monday, 3:15, because it's not 3 o'clock because I suck. And it is the Pulse, you guys. Welcome, everybody, to the best top arm wrestling podcast on planet Earth, on all of YouTube, that exists anywhere, guaranteed. Come at me, bro. That's all I'm saying. Me and Ryan have, with my co-host today, Ryan Turner, the man, the myth, the legend himself. Thank you, Ryan, for hanging out. And
excited, man. It's a day that ends in Y, so it's time to talk arm wrestling.
That's right. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So we have, if you guys have not followed the show yet, which is insane because everybody talks about this. I mean, everybody talks nonstop about the Pulse. It's the most famous show out there. What we do is we go over Reddit. So me and Ryan are moderators on Reddit, the subreddit arm wrestling specifically. And we go over, in this show, we go over all the hottest topics in arm wrestling that people are currently talking about on Reddit, where we have almost 20,000 members. And then we'll get on to some training topics as well. So we try to keep it about 50-50, but sometimes we go one way or the other a little bit too long. But either way, going to get on some topics. If you guys are in the chat, I love you to death. Thank you for supporting everything. This show is not as chat-based as some of my other podcasts or maybe some of Ryan's other podcasts. But if there's some super chats or something crazy going on, we will address it. But other than that, we're going to try to stay on topic on the Reddit and get into as many questions as we can.
Derek, I told you not to mention that secret other podcast I do.
The secret other podcast?
Yeah, non-arm wrestling related.
All right, guys. So what we have up here is the hottest topics for the week, and yeah, we're gonna get into this. If you guys are watching this, by the way, please share it. Just share it somewhere. Just go tell your grandma in the front.
We need all the grandmas in here.
Just whatever you guys can do, I'd appreciate it. Wow, is Devon Larratt falling off? Because this is the third week he has not been the top topic.
He's done. He's washed.
Although, I mean, he kind of is, because people were talking about Denis Cyplenkov because of his match with Devon, but it's not specifically Devon.
No, but you're right. Devon related, if we're being generous here.
Yeah, but so posted by Arm Wrestling is Fun, Mother of Stone God, and then it's a picture of Mr. Cyplenkov. Everybody said I was crazy when I was saying Dennis says he's going to be close to 2018 shape. He's getting there, and then stuff like this just starts coming out, and everybody shared it like, oh, no. Like, man, we told you, bro. I don't know. I've been saying it. What do you think? Is he back all the way? What percentage do you think off the top of your head?
You did call this. It was like 2 weeks ago. You're like, the man says it. Who knows better than him? The weight, I think, is the concern. He's like 15 kilograms lighter than he was, but based on this picture, it's all in his legs. He must have the most chicken stick legs of all time because he used to have some nice calves. The man had calves.
Well, he trained strongman as well, right? He did strongman events.
I feel like he did everything. He did like tug of war. He did strongman. He did strict bicep curl competitions. The man does it all. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how much more muscle you can possibly fit on that frame. So the upper body is looking 2018 level, I have to say.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I mean, okay, I still have Devon as the favorite. I'm not going to deny that due to his recent activities and how awesome he looks right now. But people are counting Dennis out way too much, in my opinion. So
yeah, I think it's just the arm wrestling math. Like, he didn't do as well against Brzenk as people may have thought, and therefore blah, 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 blah. But the dude is on the come up, and look at him now. So, yeah.
All right, posted by Best Glazard. It says, one by one, the Europeans will fall. It says, Devon collecting European souls like their Infinity Stones. And they put Devon's face on Thanos' body with Hermes, Jordan Sanos, Sandra Sedis, Prudnik, Sergei Kalinichenko, and Georgy Svetkov as the stones he's gotten so far. And a lot of people say, is that Dennis in the center? Is this what he's going for? Although Sergei, that's a little weird. It was like a random little left-handed match out of nowhere. That one was kind of, I don't know, are we counting that?
Yeah, was that where Matt Mask was pulling that event?
Yeah, that was like, it wasn't planned or anything. It was just kind of for funsies. So
yeah. Hey, pull's a pull. Yeah, that was like the big criticism of Devon, and maybe it was more true. I mean, it was more true back when the criticism was levied, but I don't think that's fair anymore at all. The dude will pull anyone anywhere. I haven't seen him back away from a challenge for a minute. Maybe Vitaly, right? I feel like there's been some talks of that, but Devon didn't really want the Vitaly match. But other than that, I mean, even if he is ducking Vitaly, which I'm not saying he is, like, okay, that's one guy. You can't just then say, well, all Europeans are,
He's scared of everyone.
Exactly. But that is a name that we need to see at some point.
I agree. John Brzenk shows his abs to Ingen, posted by A.W. Raute. Yeah, John, jacked as always. I mean, that much muscle memory. I feel like John's just always going to have a good amount of muscle on him. I mean, but yeah, there's some abs popping through there. Even Engen's like, ooh.
I know, dude. I had to make a thumbnail for this video, and I didn't use that face. I was like, Engen's a little too, admirable or whatever. But yeah, I mean, how is that man in his like 60s, dude? Those abs, like, if you just took that to the street and was like, how old is this man? Nobody's even saying 50s. It's crazy. Very impressive.
Right. Yeah, I can only hope to be in that shape when I'm that age.
True.
Arm wrestling is fun. Posted Vitaly Laletin fan art, and it is Vitaly driving his truck. For those of you guys that don't know, he is a truck driver in Siberia, and but it's all arm wrestling now. You got the little Popeye shirt on, you took it from over the top where with the pulley in the truck right there, trying to work out. What else is in there? I haven't even looked too close. Is a Rubik's Cube? Is Vitaly best with Rubik's Cubes? Is he known for that?
I don't know.
Then he has
control and mouse wheel up to zoom. I don't know if that's like a. Oh, there we go.
Oh, whoa. Hold on. Yeah, I can't get much bigger than that. But arm wrestling this way, a little bear in the background. I see what it is. Oh, this is the grip tester that Vitaly has like the world record in.
You're right. I forget who it was who brought it to like an East First West and tested everyone, and Vitaly was like head and shoulders above everyone. But yeah, I don't know why his left arm looks like atrophied. His left is nasty. So
no. Only his right. Only his right. Everything else is horrible.
True. Who cares
anyway,
about left?
It's nice drawing, man. I can't draw. So it's way better than I could ever do. For sure.
I will say that man is absolutely farming karma out here. Every one of his caricatures is a banger on the subreddit and gets like 100 upvotes. So good on you. Arm wrestling is fun.
All right, posted by Best Glazer again. Homeless Devon. So just Devon, right? I get it. He has no shoes. He's in the streets. That's just Devon, though. Like, I don't know how many references I've made, or even the video where he came out here and I picked him up and he was just sitting outside a building on the ground and stuff. I was like, oh, there he is, the best guy in the world, arm wrestler, just sitting on the side of a building. Like, Devon is a man of the earth, He no ties.
I read a comment that, like, that documentary he was filming, he had like the crew following him around, leading up to, I forget which, I think it was the Gennady match or whatever. I heard he slept in a ditch for that documentary, like outside of John's house.
Yeah,
it's just so funny. Like, that's our guy. Like, that is our arm wrestling guy. You drive past him on the street and you're like, oh, that poor man. But like, he is the pinnacle of arm wrestling.
Yeah, it's at least minimum of North America. That is our guy. Yeah, I love him. He's great, man. All right, posted by Stranix13. Hermes back pressure lift calculation. And wow. Okay. This is some time. You got some time on the hands there and time to break all that down. Okay.
So
what do you think about this, Ryan?
I assumed Chris Drummond was the author of this post. No, not the case. So what? It was a 92 kilogram start, and he does all the math, and then it ends up like on the next picture. I think it was like 82 kilograms or something. Oh yeah, on the right there. So average of 15 degrees, blah blah blah, is actually 82 kilogram lift. So pathetic.
Yeah, really. Wow, Hermes. Like we thought he was good at some point, and now after breaking this down, like. I mean,
back down to the heavyweights, Hermes. It's over.
Yeah, I can't believe I even thought about going out there. It's crazy. This guy doesn't even lift 95. What is it? 92 kg. Jeez. And
that's the reason we booked the flights, dude. I remember you telling me that.
I've written down on here. It says, given the angles from the beginning of the lift, moving as shown, the 92 kgs equals 85 kg of strict back pressure if it was done with a perfectly 9-degree forearm cable angle. Second slide is adding the possibility of 15 degrees of side pressure usage, which makes it equivalent to 82 kg of applied strict back pressure, cable inline, no side pressure. Yeah, that's just way beyond anything I can. It's just okay.
Yeah, we'll give it to him. He could have just scribbled a bunch of stuff down. I don't think anybody actually fact checked that, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Posted by Arm Wrestling is fun. Toddzilla as Krillin versus Jerry as a good boo. So this is a Dragon Ball Z reference, an anime reference. If you guys have not seen that, Boo is in the anime a big fat happy guy, and Krillin's a good guy with a bald head and stars on his head. So, or dots. This is actually pretty good, actually. So with the tongue out and with the side pressure and with Jerry pushing Todd off the back of the pad.
Jerry getting smoked. I don't know what this man has against Jerry, but
yeah. What do you think? Do you think Jerry beats Todd Hutchings?
Surely. Yeah.
Wait, did you say surely Todd Hutchings loses?
Yes.
And how do you see it? So Jerry hits his press and Todd Hutchings' arm just straight to the pad?
Yeah, I don't think Todd can hold that off. I don't think so.
So to enable the access to the press, you've got to have some center table side pressure.
Yeah.
So for a second, he's going to have to side pressure Todd open,
which Jerry has a ton of. I mean the flop press does involve a lot of internal rotation, a lot of elbow integrity, and I feel. I mean, I train with the dude. It's nutty. I've never felt anything like it. He has a ton. He also has a ton of hand too. People don't realize that he trains with Jim Fitzsimmons all the time. The dude's a complete thing. It's just at that level, you got a min max, and it happens to be the case that his press is his ace. But I don't see it. I mean, Georgie, Gennady, like, are we saying Hutchings smokes all those guys? And
yeah, Hutchings smokes Gennady and Georgie.
Are we? I mean, if that's your position, that's fair. But I'm just saying, man, my boy Jerry's got this.
Okay, all right. Good drawing. Thank you for posting. Posted by Conflict Recent 4160 says Justin Meme number 15. Hermes trying to get the super heavyweight title, and then very tall top rollers with strong wrists and long levers holding him back from the super heavyweight title. Okay, so we're talking about Devon. We're talking about Alex Cadorette. Who else? He hasn't pulled Vitaly to a match yet, right?
Matt Mask in WAL, kind of.
Oh, but then he got Matt though.
Yeah, then he got me, so I don't think that counts. But I mean,
or maybe this is alluding to him getting ready to pull Vitaly as well. So Vitaly's another guy trying to hold him back from it.
Right. He's talking about that. Yeah, I guess so. But I mean, a very tall top roller with strong wrist and a long lever, that's going to hold anyone back. I mean, that's a good arm wrestler right there. So
I'm trying to become that. I'm trying to get that. Become this tall guy.
Fulfill your destiny.
Yeah, fulfill your destiny. Oh, the curse of Larry Wheels. Okay. I don't even want to click on it. But so Larry recently posted a video of him arm wrestling with somebody, and the guy breaks his arm. It is all over the internet. I didn't everybody made a video reviewing it because everybody wants to do what's popular to get more subscribers, but I didn't do that. And I believe it happened a little while ago. Unless Larry broke someone broke their arm wrestling with Larry again recently. It happened a while ago. So I know they'd messaged me like a month or two ago that it had happened. And so if that's the same one, I don't know if that's the same one, but if it is, either Larry had bad luck and did it twice, or that's the old video. And I'm surprised that it was posted. Didn't see that coming. I don't know why, if that's the same one, why they waited.
Because that was posted on Larry's channel without any context or like really explainer. You would think he'd be like, listen, but it's just like, here it is. Look at this on my channel. I would have expected him to, give some commentary or something, or follow up with the guy and be like, here he is. He's doing okay. Thumbs up, whatever. But no, it was just like, it's out there. This one had a lot of people. I assumed you did say you saw it.
Yeah,
right?
I watched it one time, and I was like, okay, I'm good.
Any thoughts on? Because a lot of people are saying this one was not really arm break position.
Okay. Arm break position is just when the shoulder has twisted enough that your arm can't go back anymore, and then you keep twisting. That's it. So it can be done with your elbow in here, right? My elbow all the way from my body. I can turn, but that's it right there. That's the end range of my arm right there with my shoulder. I'm still inside my body, so it can still break. And then people are only considering twisting the top part of your arm. People aren't understanding that the bottom part of your arm can be twisted the opposite direction as well. So a guy on my team, not on my team, sorry, I've never had an arm break on my team in 10 years, and I love that. Before I started my team, I had a guy that lived in the city next to me, and we go to tournaments together. He went to a tournament, slammed into a hook with somebody. The guy, so my teammate was winning, or my buddy was winning, and he was getting over-rotated this way. The guy was twisting his palm this way, but he was going sideways with the shoulder at the same time. So in a winning position, it snapped. It blew up. Because the bottom part of his arm, below the humerus to the elbow and all this, was twisting the opposite direction. So when people think about arm break, they would think, oh, that shoulder comes forward, you break it up here. It still breaks up here, but the other part can be twisted the opposite direction as well. So it's just applied pressure. There's not a super strict situation. It's hard to quantify it with a super strict position that's an arm break position and not an arm break position, because it can kind of be done with it's just twisting of the old bone there, twisting of the old humerus, which can happen in a lot of different ways. But in the video, apparently, like I said, I only watched it once. I didn't go back and re-listen to it. I didn't want to hear any of the noises. I've seen enough arm breaks in person. I'm good. I've seen it 35 times in person. I don't need to go watch videos of it. But apparently Adam was telling him, trying to tell him to be safer during the video, like right before it breaks. He's like trying to correct him a little bit. And a lot of people are giving Larry crap for it. They're saying it's all Larry's problem, Larry's fault. It is definitely the person who breaks their arm. It's 100% always their fault because they control their own actions. But if you are an experienced arm wrestler, it is kind of on you to, if you decide you are going to arm wrestle with random people, which I never do unless it's for money because I got bills to pay. But so that's super rare. With my size, no one ever wants to arm wrestle me for money. It barely ever happens. But if it does happen, I'm like, okay. But even in that situation, if I arm wrestle someone random, this is the safest way I've found to arm wrestle random people. Is right when you start, and you have to be strong to do this. And so I understand there's a lot of newer arm wrestlers or light guys who want to beat big guys on the streets, but they're not strong enough to just hook them. Just hook them, turn their palm up, and the moment a random guy who doesn't know how to arm wrestle, because they like to go sideways, the moment they go palm up, they stop trying to go sideways, and they start bicep curling. Right? If you top roll them, they'll still try to go sideways. They'll still try to force it, right? But the moment you hook them and you force their bicep open, and I just dab move anybody I arm wrestle with on the street, immediately cup them in so they're palm up, and then I just start leaning back. Now there is a risk of tearing a bicep, but that's a lot lower risk, I think, than of them breaking their arm, right? So I'll run that risk. I make them do a bicep curl and pull back, but I never let them start engaging that side pressure and then try to stop it and stonewall at center table. No. Like you hook them, turn their palm up, and just drag backwards, and they'll make them bicep curl. But I don't know. Larry's also not the most experienced guy in the world. He's not, right? I know it's still 2 or 3 years in, but it's been kind of a messy 2 or 3 years, doing a lot of different things. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, definitely not putting this on Larry. I mean, the whole vibe there in that video, and Larry was just talking to him gently. Him and Adam were just explaining the basics, and the moment before it happens, I mean, Larry does start pulling him back towards the center of the table, and that's when it goes. But that was like Larry was just talking. So there was definitely no malice here. And it just goes to show you, like you said, it doesn't matter the level, or freak accidents happen. And you got to be so stupid careful with these people. And sometimes you got to lay it down, right? Like if you're the better arm wrestler and you see someone going crazy and it's too late to get him in a safe spot, like you're to just let him get the pin and be like, listen, then explain to them what happened. But yeah, we got to stop this arm break association with arm wrestling.
So yeah, I've racked my brain about this. Is there a reason to post this?
Yeah, so I actually deleted it because of Rule 4, and then went into the comments and reinstated it because there was a lot of good discussion going around. So Rule 4 on the subreddit is no arm breaks for shock value purposes, right? Because no just posting around TikTok of 2 people arm wrestling and snapping. This was someone in the sport, a high-level arm wrestler, and the discussion around it in the comments was like, okay, how the heck did this happen? So I thought it was valuable enough to keep in there. And even that's controversial. Like, do you need to see a break to talk about how to avoid breaks? I don't know. But
so
I decided I'm not going to.
Do you think it helped or hurt? Do you think it scared away more people from ever arm wrestling? Or do you think it helped bring information on how to be safe and what not to do?
Both. I think it's going to scare people away who don't dig deeper, but the people who do dig deeper are now going to be safer. And so it's that balance. It's like, yeah, we're going to lose people, but the people we keep will be better prepared. And it's just which one you want to put more of an emphasis on.
Yeah, honestly, whenever you talk to anybody random about arm wrestling, the first thing a lot of times people say is, I don't want to break my arm. I don't want to break my arm. I don't just want to break my arm. And I just know that like every arm break that happens that people see on the internet or in person, they themselves won't arm wrestle, and they're going to tell everybody they know that whenever the word arm wrestling gets brought up, I saw this video, this guy broke his arm, don't do it. or I was at this tournament and this guy broke, and then they're going to tell people they know. It spreads like wildfire. The moment people get arm break associated with arm wrestling in their head, it spreads like wildfire. And I just think that like we really need to put a lot of work in on understanding it is super easy to break your arm, but it's super easy to not break your arm. It is so simple to not break your arm, and like just as easy as it is to break. Just don't do a couple things, and you're good, right? And so it's it's the first conversation I have with everybody, all new guys in my practice, and I really wish we had a more positive. I really wish that was pushed out there more. I wish every YouTube channel had like a sticky post on the top, how to not break your arm. They can make it their own version. I don't care. Just on that's the number one thing you find out when you search arm wrestling is, boom, how to not break your arm, right? Like that should be everywhere, because that's what holds us back the most, I think.
Yeah, you know what we should add to the sidebar? When you went and hung out with Brian Shaw, you gave him like just a quick lowdown, and it was just so clean and concise. We should clip that and post. You remember doing that? You explained Brian arm break position, and it was just like, that's it. That's the way to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I literally have it's damn near scripted in my head. I think it almost is scripted. I can just make a video of that too, or you can just clip the one from Brian. Either way, but I know, word for word. I've been saying the same thing for 10 years.
Yeah, no, I was like, okay, I couldn't have said it better. So yeah, we should do
that. Sorry, sitting on that one for too long. It's just I know it's a big deal right now. Posted by Icy Pace 1335 says Chernobyl Dennis is back. Dennis doing dips. I don't know what he's doing there.
Oh, is he? I thought he was just getting out of like a fancy chair. I think that might be a dip bar.
I don't know. He's grabbing it weird. What is that? I don't know what that is, man.
Elbow pads under his hands, but facing the wrong way. I don't know what's going on.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. But either way, it's probably more about him being jacked. That's the point of the picture. And this goes back to the topic we already talked about in the first post. Yeah, Dennis is jacked.
Confirmed.
Devin should be concerned. So, I'm excited to watch the matches personally. So, post arm wrestling is fun. Alexey Voevoda caricature, and it's Alexey looking rough. Looking absolutely rough. And then he's dreaming of the days he was bench pressing the leg press machine.
I liked it. I think he looks very pretty. He kind of has a pretty boy vibe to him. I'm sorry, the eyelashes. He does have like a.
Wait, his eyes are off center. Wait.
Okay, maybe not that much, but look, if I showed you that, you know exactly who that is immediately. Yeah. So
yes,
there you go.
And what's in the middle of his forehead? Is that like an egg?
Oh, I didn't see that. What did he do to the man's?
I don't know. But Voevoda, and has anybody got an official word on whether he's staying or going?
I don't know. No, I don't know that there's been, not on the subreddit at least.
Oh yeah, he hasn't been on Reddit much.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah.
Good point. Okay, posted by Minhale. Came in second at regional pro tournament. Pushed my national ranking up to number 3. It's my boy and our moderator Minhale right there at the glasses. It's my guy. That is my guy right there. Dedicated top roller.
That's a clean top roll.
Oh yeah. I coached Todd for a while. We did online coaching. He was one of my guys and I've talked to Ha for countless hours working on his top roll and super smart dude, super dedicated, so dedicated. And in the gym every day, putting in all the necessary work, everything he needs to do, he is all in. Has always been all in. So love seeing Hobby successful here.
He's got a ton of side pressure with it. It's almost Chafee-esque, man. Very impressive.
Yeah. And a lot of guys out there in Vietnam, where he's from, they have tiny hands and they're top rollable. Top rollable. It's always straps. It's all strap pulling out there. Like everybody's in the straps 24/7, basically. It's
a good scene out there. I saw some of their tournaments. There's a really nice community of arm wrestlers out in Vietnam.
I want to go so bad. It's crazy. They're like super heavyweight class is like 200 pounds and above or something like that.
That's crazy, man.
Because there's just not a lot of guys that, like 242 or anything like that. It's not very common.
And here I am complaining that the last tournament, 231, was the cutoff for supers. My goodness. We're spoiled out here.
Woo!
Here we go.
Elbow foul. Come on. I haven't even seen this yet. Oh, deep in there. King's moving.
Oh, he's hooking him.
Yeah, he went in.
Get it.
Oh, that inner elbow I know is dying. Shoulder's probably feeling it a little bit.
Right, and this is match like 7 or something.
Oh, going into the flop.
Oh.
Get that shoulder behind it, huh?
Oh, no, he never did.
No. Oh, no.
Oh, is that 2 fouls?
Another foul? Oh, second foul, huh? I wonder if that came for – that's how he got second. That's probably the championship match right there. Oh, man. It's a rough way to lose one. Hey, just know that you were stronger than him in all the fundamentals. That's the important part. All right. Good job, Ha. Credit. Okay, so posted by Separate World 2612 says, thanks from my heart, brothers. We have 3% of the money and look the room hospital where immunity is 0. So it's a video from Simon Badalescu. I'm assuming about his wife. He's been doing a lot of fundraising, trying to raise money to help her out with leukemia.
Yeah, leukemia.
So we were trying to share his PayPal. He's put his PayPal out there for people that want to donate. It wasn't a GoFundMe. I thought he started GoFundMe, but I was incorrect, I guess. But yeah, I mean, you guys, if you go check out his channel and things like that, and you want to donate and help out Samin's wife, then go for it. I don't know if you any of my moderators, you guys are in here. Drew, I think I see you in there. If anybody can post the link to Samin's PayPal, I would appreciate that. So people can donate and help a brother out. And it's awesome to hear that the community is doing what they can and pitching in and trying to help them out. And that's what this is all based around. This whole arm wrestling community is based around helping each other out and getting each other's back. So it's great to see that. Great to see.
Dude, he posted a video today. In like his leg was broken. He apparently a gang was driving by his house. You know how street gangs, they drive all I don't know, quads and stuff down the street doing wheelies. Apparently he told them all to slow down, and they jumped him. And it's on his channel, and he's getting interviewed by the news, and he's all banged up. The poor dude is going through it, man.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, check that out after the show. It just got posted not too long ago. But yeah, poor Saban, help the dude out.
Okay, the last one, then we're going to jump onto some training questions here. Posted by GSLY Can, says updated heavyweight right arm rankings. So this is the East versus West rankings with Devon, Prunik, and Saunders at second, third. Oleg Petrenko, Marcio Barbosa, Lachlan Adair, then Reno, Masick, Pavlo, Derbadenyev, and Matt Mask and Brad Grundy. Yeah, I mean, wait, what's Pavlo's record at East versus West?
Oh, God.
Has he pulled a lot?
We can pull up Gold's arm, and I'll tell you exactly. But I was heartened to see this, dude. I was worried they were getting rid of the heavyweight division because all the East versus West qualifiers, at least in the West, there was no heavyweight. It was 231 and then above that. So I thought they were getting rid of it. So I am happy to see this.
And, okay, I heard about a match yesterday at my practice. So from a guy on my team. And this isn't any behind-the-scenes stuff that I know of, so they wouldn't be privy to anything I wouldn't be privy to. So I don't think it's a secret, me saying it. Something said there's a rumor of Chance Shaw and Lachlan Adair, or has that been confirmed somewhere?
Yeah, that was I saw that. Yeah, Chance is pulling Lachlan at, is it the high five? Knuckles up? I think it's knuckles up too.
Wow. Man, that is an interesting match to me.
Yeah. Don't hate it. But
who wins?
I think Chance has to be the favorite, right? Having beaten Zurab, Lachlan's on the come up for sure. He's coming off a big win, but you haven't seen him, pick off any of the top guys, right? He lost to who is it? Marcio Barbosa and Irakli, but then he gets this last win. So I think his chances to lose, but I wouldn't put money on it. I would not bet against Lachlan right now.
That's true.
Dude's freaky.
He looked like a monster. Oh, he lost to Krasny, huh? That was the last one we saw.
But that was a banger.
That was crazy. That was a crazy match.
Yeah,
he was definitely in there. He was definitely in the fight for sure.
Right.
Lachlan just continues to level up, and then I think it's always a question of what Chance is going to show up, how serious is he going to be? Knowing Chance, knowing my boy, Depends on how serious he wants to take this.
Yeah.
Hopefully he buckles down and goes all out for it.
Yeah, his last match was Oleg, was it? No, he
Yes.
pulled that
Then he pulled Sergey Klimchenko.
Yes.
Yeah. So, is he on a 2-loss streak right now, Chance?
Guess so.
No, because he won we had a high five match too, didn't he?
He pulled, I'm on his thing
tripping?
here. Man, it is hard to keep track of all this. He pulled Sergey, Sabin, and then Oleg. So he's had.
Oh yeah, he pulled Sabin at high five.
High five. That's where he pulled high five. Yep. And then
active.
Sergey was king of the table 8. Okay. Ooh.
All right. So I'm gonna try to find some training questions here. We'll just work our way down. Oleg Cherkasov's grip. What the hell is going on here? Oh my God, I haven't been on Reddit today besides this. Jordan Sauna wrist handle. All right, what is this? Post by Arm Wrestling Male. Any arm wrestlers that don't do supinated bicep curl training? Are there any elite arm wrestlers that don't do bicep curls as part of their training? This question is based off the information I've received on the subreddit about hammer curls being the only thing that's needed in the majority of cases. Some said bicep curls are important, but the majority said hammer curls are all you needed. Easy bicep curls, supinated curl are the kinds of curls I'm talking about. What are your thoughts on bicep curls, palm up stuff? What's your thoughts on all that, Ryan?
Do it. There is no I mean, if you're like, oh, my training schedule is so full, I can't possibly do this additional exercise. Why not? I mean, it's gonna hit your brachialis. Bicep is also an elbow flexor, and there are going to be times where you're going to get turned palm up. I mean, priority should definitely be hammer curl because that's the position you start in at a match. But you never want to be in a spot where you're like, oh, this is totally foreign to me. So why not do it? If anything else, it's just one of the core principles of training and making gains is variety, right? You want to keep your body guessing, keep throwing new things in. And arm wrestling, there's not a million different things yet. You don't have to touch your legs. You don't have to touch a bunch of stuff. So why not? Don't tell me you don't have the time or you can't fit it into your training schedule. Do some bicep curls. It's not going to kill you. Should it be the first thing you do when you get in the gym? No. Is it going to hurt to do them? Definitely not. And are there positions on the table where you are palm up doing exactly like a preacher curl? Yeah. And there have been times where I'm there and in my head, I'm like, thank God I do these. This definitely helps. I'm familiar with this spot. What I will say is I don't do strict curls so much. I'll go preacher bench and I'll commit my shoulder a little bit as though I'm in a defensive hook. I'll put one elbow over and then I'll turn that shoulder in and get tight and locked up. It's not your traditional, beach muscle bicep curl. It more approximates arm wrestling, but it is a palm up supinated bicep curl.
Okay. I mean, yeah, pretty much. I agree with everything you said. I have 2 pulling days a week, and they're separated by hammer and brachialis and reverse curls. It's everything either thumb up or palm down, and then the other day is everything palm up and or overly supinated positions. So that's how I break up my 2 pull days. But yeah, I think that you only had to choose one for some reason. I don't know why people love posting these weird limiting questions where, like, if you only had one finger, what would you do and how would you become a professional arm wrestler? Yeah, I guess I would prioritize hammer positioning. But yeah, bicep curls I believe are very important. I believe that everybody should have them and not have a super weak bicep. Yeah, this is part of the game. We had a super chat while we were talking about this, posted by Alexander Clark. Thank you for the $5 super chat, brother. I appreciate it. He says, "What's up, Derek? I'm trying to use a low hand top roll more in my training. I've heard that it's a very effective move and want to try it out. Any advice?" Low hand top roll is it's meant to raise your thumb ridge to target people that want to hold on with their bottom 2 fingers. It is also most effective in the straps generally because you're putting high priority on pulling the bottom strap here, that you're actually dumping your riser a little bit, get your forearm vertical. You're going to be putting maximum pressure in that bottom strap. So it really does well in the straps. Now, the downside about low hand top rolling is that it doesn't transition well into many other things, right? Kind of like a flop press. When you do the move, it doesn't transition all of a sudden into a hook without a huge movement. right? You can't suddenly go knuckles up because that's such a small muscle. You're not suddenly going to regain that, most likely. It can transition to a press somewhat, but it's a little limited in the things it can transition into. So a lot of times low hand top rollers, they top roll back and they just kind of sit back there, top rolling until eventually the guy opens up. So it can be a little limiting in that. That's why it's very important to be explosive in that move, be fast, to take it all the way to the pin pad. But super good against any kind of inside puller. Also the counter against a low hand top roll. Someone that's going to go knuckles up and post with their high knuckles is the obvious counter to one. But I think it's a good move. I think all in all, as long as you understand the dangers of it, as long as you protect your fingers, you keep them deep in your palm so they can't go up here. You keep them tucked in there, tight in the straps and things like that. I think it can be a really good move. Obviously, you need to train your hammer curls. You need to train your neutral grip pull-ups and things like that to make sure all these muscles are working together and in conjunction, a very compound movement. So I think it's a great move, man. Best of luck with that. If you have any more training questions, feel free to message me on Instagram or something like that. We can chop it up. Okay. Moving forward, more training questions.
Yeah, people talking about Tyson. A little shout out to Tyson Bagent yesterday, starting for the Bears and getting a dub. Let's go, Tyson. Well done.
He started?
He started, yeah. Their starting quarterback Fields is out, dislocated his finger, and so Tyson started and beat the Raiders pretty convincingly. I mean, just solid, no turnovers. So I can only imagine Travis during that game.
All right, posted by Responsible Hawk 474. How do you structure plan before competition? Hi, everyone. I have a competition in 13 weeks. I want to structure my boot camp to peak at the comp. Just wondering if anyone does this and could show how you structure preparation for competition. I don't mean exercise, but more like reps and sets to make you peak at the competition. Thanks in advance. So you're basically asking for a program. Give me a 13-week program.
Yeah.
So I don't know. How do you structure your stuff right now, Ryan? How do you lay it out?
Yeah, this might be me justifying lack of programming. However, I watched a Todd Hutchings video a while back, and he was talking about what he does leading up to competitions, and it resonated with me. He said, look, I hit a new PR every week, every Saturday. My number's going up, 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 up. Why would I change that for any reason? And I mean, it made sense, right? If you're getting stronger, if you have your program and you're just getting stronger every week, this idea that you have to just mix everything up and try something totally different in order to peak at this specific time, I think the risk is not worth the reward. If you're getting stronger, just keep doing that thing. And then when the competition comes on Saturday, you're going to be at a new PR as you would be with your normal training. So I don't really change anything. I mean, I take some time off before the competition, let all the inflammation go away. That's going to vary. In fact, at East First West 8, we were sitting down eating lunch with all the athletes, and we were talking about how much time we all take off, and it varied from like 14 days to 3 weeks to some people were like 4 days. I only need 4 days of no training. So that varies. But in terms of making a program specifically designed to make you peak at a certain date, I feel like that's a little short-sighted. Just find a program that's going to get you stronger in the long run. I mean, unless this is, the last tournament of your entire life, then I guess maybe design it specifically for that. But I'd be much more focused on zooming out, looking at this on a 3-year plan and be like, okay, I want to be stronger and stronger. I'll do some tournaments in there, but I wouldn't necessarily change things up to do a boot camp specifically for one tournament. Just find a program where you're stronger every week and stick to it, hit a tournament. But how about you, Derek? Do you do a specific lead up to a tournament?
I disagree with everything you just said, right?
I knew that was coming. You always do. Embarrass me in front of everyone.
No, you know what? I want to pause real quick. And, a lot of people, because I've been having East vs. West matches and things like that, they kind of understand who I am. I do want to reiterate, Ryan, can you please list some of your top accomplishments that you've had in the last couple of years? I want people to understand how good of an arm wrestler you are so they can understand why they need to listen to the stuff you're saying.
Sure. So started in the sport up in Boston, went undefeated in the amateur side through 3 tournaments, switched to pro. I've got wins on my first tournament. I beat Schoolboy in the bracket, and then went to Worlds not long after that. IFA Worlds, got 3rd place, beat Robbie Burnett, hit him with a flop press, which I don't think he was ready for. Then I've won Mass States. I've I won Winter Blast, which is a big tournament up in the Northeast. I just won the East vs. West qualifier, the New England Championships. So I'm qualified to go to the East vs. West finals. And that's where I'm at 5 years in. So it's been a really good run. Still a lot to learn, still improving pretty quickly, but
right.
I'd
But
say
legit. Basically, my point is Ryan's legit, guys. Right? I wouldn't be doing a show with some scrub, okay, that doesn't know what he's talking about. You know, I'd be interjecting all the time, telling me stupid. You know, but Ryan knows what he's talking about.
I mean, he still does that, but he just.
But back to this question: structure plan for a competition. So you have said 13 weeks. Now I don't know how long you've been in the sport. That's a big thing that I would like to know leading into this, like where you're at in your career. Did you just start and you've only been doing it for 2 months? Now you're going to do your first competition, or are you a few years in? Because then the way you would structure your training might differ. A lot of probably the most common way to approach is the further out you are from a match, people tend to focus on weights and things like that. But if you're a new guy, I'd have you doing table time still, so that would kind of vary. But for me, right at this point in my career, 13 weeks out, I'm doing a lot of gym stuff, minimal table time, really trying to stay healthy so I can have great gym sessions and improve there. Just a standard progressive overload system is okay, which means a little heavier each week. That's basically all that means. Just keep going a little bit heavier and improving your numbers. I'd be getting my CNS ready, I'd be working on the big lifts and trying to just keep moving forward and staying vigilant in that. In terms of reps and sets, for me at this point, because I've been doing these lifts for years, I do sets of 6. I do like 5 exercises of my bicep, all 2 sets of 6, right? Different varying exercises. And then just spread that same mindset to all the muscles, basically. Throughout the week, every chest day, 5 exercises, 2 sets of 6, over and over and over again, and real heavy. But then as the time goes on, closer competition, I'll be ramping up the table time. Closer competition, I'll be having as much table time as I can, maybe up to every week or sometimes twice a week in the weeks leading forward. I stopped doing table time 2 weeks out from the match. I like to have my elbows be completely fresh. And then I'll lift not the week of, but the week before, I'll lift that week, not go insane. I'm not trying to tax the CNS because your CNS can take up to 2 weeks to recover. So I'll just get nice workouts in there, make sure the blood's moving. And then the week of, 4 or 5 days out, I'll move some rubber bands. That's about it. Nothing crazy, just to remind my muscles that they're there. I don't like to feel completely loose at tournaments or at super matches. I like to feel like I got something still. And then, chill and get ready to fire off. So that's how I think a lot of the big names structure it. But like I said, it can vary depending on how long you've been in the sport and what your priorities are right now. If you're brand new and you still don't understand safety, get your ass to practice. Right? Like I tell all my guys, I say, compete as soon as you can. As soon as you understand safety, then start competing is my belief, right? I don't want anybody to get hurt. So as soon as you really understand how to not get hurt, then start competing, I think, because the experience you're going to get from competition is harder to come by and it's super, super valuable. So compete as often as you can and enter as many classes as you can afford, to be honest, in the first couple of years is my best advice.
See, I agree with that because you're at such a level now where every match is a big deal for you. You know, think of like John Brzenk. He was competing like multiple times a month, right? You can't possibly come up with a program to peak every other week or however often he competed. So it comes down to how new this guy is. If you're just new, don't be peaking and changing your routine for an individual competition. Do what's going to make you stronger and treat the competitions as a way to get better at starts and more comfortable. But just maximize strength and comfortability on the table right now. But when you're going to East versus West, then different story. Peak the F out for that match because it's so important.
Yep, we got to show up at top level. So we're assuming that 1 or 2 more in because I know we started a little bit late. Do you know if Aussie Arm Wrestler is going live after this?
I will tell you in 1 second.
Let's see. Here we go.
Yes.
He is?
Yes.
Okay.
So
we won't go too long. We're gonna get this one and we'll debate if we want to do another one. Posted by Eliminate. It says pronation and elbow flexion. I know pronation function is pronation of the wrist forearm, but it also says secondary function is flexion of the elbow. However, I can't find from what degree it's active. I'm guessing in pronation curls starting from a 90 and curling up is where it's active. So to fully maximize, is it good to do pronation curls isolated and statics for it? Thanks. You want to get this
one a bit here. Is it good? And curling up is where it's active. I'm guessing pronation curls starting from 90 degrees and curling up is where it's active. So fully maximize it. Is it good to do pronation? I'm a little confused what you're asking, but all again, I mean, the answer is it's pretty simple. Keep the KISS principle. Keep it simple, stupid. Should I do curls? Should I do isolated statics? All of it. All of it, all of it, all of it, man. You got to mix it up. You got to keep the body stimulated and guessing. You got to keep it thinking that it needs to adapt. If you just do statics all day, every day, your body's going to get used to it. And it's going to be like, I survived this. I don't need to change. If some days you're doing statics, some days you're doing dynamics, some days you're using a band, some days you're using a sledgehammer, mix it up. That's going to stimulate growth in the body. That is a core principle. I mean, you have to ask, why does the body build muscle? What a weird thing, right? We pick up heavy things and put them back down, and then our body just gets bigger and stronger. Why does it do that? And the answer is it's for survival. Your body adapts to new stimuli by building muscle so that you can do it better the next time. If you stop mixing that up, it's going to stop adapting because it knows, hey, I'm okay. I can do this. This is routine. So, I mean, that's kind of the cookie cutter answer I give to all these posts that are like, should I do statics? Should I do this? Should I do this kind of curl? Should I wrap it around here? Should I wrap it around here? Should I do it all? Do it all. We have no excuse. You know, we're not doing strongman where we have 18 different things we got to train for. It's arm wrestling. You can fit it into your program to do these different things. Finn.
I agree with what you're saying. Definitely should throw everything in there. You guys find out, test it all, see what you like best, or just throw them all in there all the time, either or. I mean, I've had different sessions or blocks of training where I've tried different things and had different results. In terms of pronation, you have two pronator muscles, right? You got a little one in your elbow here called your pronator quadratus. Then all that does is pronate your wrist right here. Then you have the big one everybody always talks about, the pronator teres, which connects up here at the top of your forearm. Wait, can you see it right there? And then it goes down here and it divides into two. One division goes above your elbow up here, which is why you see that weird connection for Devon. It goes above the elbow. And then one connection is below the elbow joint, I guess you call it. I don't know which was above or below. But either way, it forks out right here, one on this side of the elbow, one on this side. Now, the one on this side of the elbow is an elbow flexor. It brings this point and this point together, right? It connects it. So the other connection right here makes it just pronate your radial bone, radial bone, right? So that's pure pronation. So to fully activate your pronator teres, you must be doing elbow flexion while you're pronating, right? Or you're just hitting the pronator quadratus and a part of this pronator teres. So some people, I've seen people try to put their elbows on like a table and just turn stuff. No, your elbow flexion needs to be active while you're pronating to fully maximize the use of your pronator teres. So it can be done static. You're still using your elbow flexion. It can be done with isolated curls, of course, or pronation curls. The most important part is that your elbow is moving as you're doing, or at least being flexed as you're doing the pronation, right? To fully activate your pronator teres, which is the big, more powerful pronation muscle. So yeah, any way you want to do it, and it's active throughout the whole range. It's an elbow flexor. So from straight to contracted, your pronator teres is working. So it doesn't matter if you're at a 90, all the way up here, all the way open. Either way, it's getting activated and working. So remember that. That's the one key I always tell everybody. If you're doing pronation, make sure the elbow is being flexed. It's moving, right? You got to keep that thing active.
That's good.
All right, 403, you want to call it there, or do you want to try to grind another one out?
If there's one like right nearby, if you don't scroll much, maybe we can squeeze it in.
3, 2, wait. Okay, what's this? Supposed to buy a strong parsnip. If you're holding somebody for their training, should it count as your part of your table time? They are weaker than you.
Oh, so I think he means if you're way stronger than someone and you're just letting them work, does that count as your table time? And I will say, John Brzenk did a seminar. I want to say it was somewhere in Arizona. It's on Arm Wrestling TV or Arm TV. Gary Roberts Arm TV. There's a seminar by John Brzenk, and he talks about he can get a killer workout with the weakest guy in the room. He just puts himself in a very tough spot and will train that spot. So there's no excuse. I mean, if you're way stronger than someone, good. Go to give them everything and then try to take it back from them. That's a good drill to do, right? Let them take your hand, try to get it back. Give them all the rope in the world, fight your way back. I think no matter the gap, you can get a good workout in. And if you're not, then you're just being too much of a jerk, frankly, and not letting them get you out of a spot. So, yes, definitely great table time can be done with anyone weaker than you or stronger than you, as long as they're willing to put their ego aside.
Right. I agree. I mean, I walk up to guys training on my team all the time. If I see one guy kind of dominating this practice table, I go, oh, so you can top roll him kind of like whenever you want, right? He goes, yeah. I go, okay, so stop. Or top roll him from the base of his palm. I want you to dad move him and top roll him from there. Okay, you can do it when he's in his fingers and he can't stop you. Got it. We understand that. Stop, right? Because now you're not even getting a good workout at this point, and it's just ripping his arm open over. So it's causing more damage to him than anything. You're not even getting a good workout at this any longer. So give him, either let him start the cupping in and then roll him out, or roll him from the base of his hand, or just practice your hooking with him, right? Either or. You always want to have good resistance. I have a guy on my team, Leroy Walker, right? He's one of the bench press gods, and he has like strict curl world records in his curling. Anyway, he's obviously a super powerful guy. Now, one of the things that people like to exploit on Leroy is his hand and wrist, because he's relatively new to arm wrestling, so he's still developing the hand and wrist. So when I arm wrestle Leroy, of course I can post and do this, not a problem. But when I arm wrestle Leroy, I grab Leroy here around his wrist and I say, let's get into it. And he gives me great work, right? He gets like, I'll be sore as hell after practice, just trying to grab that tree trunk of a forearm and hold on to it just for the ride. He's just going at it. So it's a way for me to get way better work, while also allowing him to, at his level, nobody's going to go in there with him. Everybody's going to run for their life. No one's going to want to try that. So he never actually gets to work out in his strong spot. No one will go there with him. They all just run. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go there with you. We're going to go into your favorite spot so you can get good work and get used to how to actually arm wrestle in your favorite spot, get better at it, and then I can get great work on my elbow and my bicep and everything. So we've been having really good work, me and Leroy, doing that with him, right?
How do you feel about like the weaker man putting like a band around his back that attaches to the forearm and things like that?
It's okay. It's just when you start putting in bands or ropes or other hands and things like that, it starts becoming very powerful in one angle or one direction. It doesn't recreate arm wrestling, just make that guy all around more powerful. It'll make his post stronger or one thing stronger. So if you're doing it with someone that's a veteran arm wrestler, so say the guy weaker than me has been on my team for 10 years and he knows pressures, he gets it, then even if he uses like another hand, he can just use one finger and just stop my pronate or stop my rising, because they know what they're doing, and make it a good match. So it depends on the teammate. If I have a new guy do it, he's just going to grab me with two arms and be like, just like everything he can, or try to break my arm. Yeah. So it really depends on who you're doing it with. You have to be intelligent with that extra pressure, and to make sure it's used efficiently and intelligently.
Yeah, we call it the bully strap at the dungeon with Tim Brzenk. It's an arm wrestling strap that goes around here and then around your bicep and back. So your arm physically cannot. It's not even a band. It's a strap. So you cannot be opened up. And but again, Tim is a veteran arm wrestler, so he knows that this isn't exactly replicating arm wrestling. It's just going to help him train one aspect of his game. So
yeah, we tried that on my team, and then I gave the guys such bad bruises around their arms, and they would do it on me that they're like, stop. And they would take it off and just be beat red all around their arms, because they just their wrists would just be like manipulated. And they're like, I can't, it's going to hurt. It's hurting. They would take it off.
So you abused the new guys at your practice.
No, it wasn't even new guys. It was guys like, they've been on my team for like 7 years, and there's like, I was just applying too much pressure.
Fair.
The rope was cutting them.
Actually, yeah, Ron Clem, but he added padding. Now that I think about it, there's like he put some padding on one side of it, so he's probably had that exact issue.
That makes sense. All right, guys. So we are going to shut this down here. If you guys are not part of the Reddit, please go check it out. Reddit.com/r/arm wrestling is how you join the subreddit. You guys want to post on there, be part of the community. It is growing quick. We are getting close to 20,000 members on our subreddit, which has to be one of the largest collections of arm wrestling and arm wrestlers and arm wrestling fans on the internet, for sure. It's up there. So if you guys want to check that out, there's always something weird going on there, some weird topic, and you kind of get a feel for the community and what they're talking about. As always, Ryan, thank you for being on the show with me. Thank you for gracing me with your presence.
You're so welcome.
Allowing me to do this with you. If you guys have not got a chance, please check out the arm.com, the site where we sell hats, shirts, and stickers, theawswitch.com. Rhino, he has it on deck. I don't have it on deck right now to bring up on the screen.
It's your site. I feel like we have this backwards. But
yeah, that's all I got to say. Anything you want to say, Ryan?
No, yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. again, join the subreddit. New people, very welcome. We see a lot of questions in the comments. That's a great time to just post on the subreddit. It's a super cool community. We're already up to like 19,000, almost 20,000 members. Come hang out, and you could have your post featured on the Pulse episode 26 next week, 6 p.m.
And where's the Pulse going to be next week, man?
Oh, on my channel, you can catch it. Ryan Turner Arm Wrestling will get you there. There's a few other Ryan Turners, and we're all fighting to have who has the most subscribers. One's like a mountain biker, so we have to be the one true Ryan Turner YouTube channel. But yeah, you can catch us there Mondays.
All right. So Ryan's channel next week, guys. Real quick, Ryan, someone in the chat asked about you versus Thomas Stubblebine and how that would play out.
How would it play out? 3-0 Ryan.
Woo! Love to hear that.
Give me a tough question, will you?
Love to hear. Ryan's in Dallas, Texas, guys. So
Fort Worth, but yeah.
You guys might cross paths there, right? You and old Tom Stubblebine.
I hope so. I hope so, man. Yeah, I went to the first practice the other day. I pulled with Brian Sitton and a few other dudes there. Great bunch. So, yeah, I'm broken in. I'm a Texan arm wrestler now. So, Tom, let's make it happen. Sweet.
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna sign this off. Either way, love you guys to death. Thank you for all the support. I'm undeserving, just an average arm wrestler guy. So, thank you guys for subscribing and checking everything out. I will see you guys later.
Peace, everyone.
See you.